Wow, who welded that? Okay, hello, everyone, Randy here, working on the John Deere 2510 cab here again today. As you've seen in the first bit here, already got some welding done. This is where we had like a, I don't know, that great big old gap there, and I kind of just goobered it up and filled it up with weld. That should be pretty good, I guess, and wow, that looks really crooked. I'm thinking, think we got a little bow edge going on here. Might have to see if we can straighten that a little bit. But yeah, anyway, working on welding here again, everyone. The welder is, time for a new welder, everyone. Time for a new welder. This thing's a piece of junk. Don't know why either. Welds beautifully sometimes, and other times not so much. So definitely wasn't this, everyone. Yeah, hello. That definitely wasn't the ground clamp. I mean, this wire doesn't look particularly good though, but still, that definitely was not the problem, everyone. Like I said, sometimes it welds beautifully. I went through here, hopefully got all the holes filled in. If you remember the rivet holes that held the top on there. Of course, now that we got this new piece up top, the holes are gonna go in this piece, not that piece. So got all those hopefully filled in. This is where there's a couple bigger holes. I think those are filled in pretty good. I've got to go through, grind this all down here now, and I think this part is done here. I don't think there's anything else I'm going to do to that. I should probably go through. I think I got everything welded now. I should probably double check that because I didn't notice. I had missed a couple spots before, but I think I got those all now. So I got the new pieces in here. Piece there and the piece down there are in. So like I said, that is complete. And then out on the hood here, everyone, or hood, I keep calling it the hood. It's the top of the cab here. I've got welded two pieces in here on this side and that side. And then I also welded some cross pieces in between there. I thought about welding cross pieces all the way down, but I don't think that'll be necessary. And then of course I do plan on welding pieces from here up so that this will connect into the top here. So this basically will rest on that. So not just connect to this, but also want to, like I said, a piece that's going from here up to, however high it needs to be here. I'm not entirely sure yet. So that will sit on top of the cab. Also, I was looking at this here. One I thought maybe might be a good idea. I mean, this piece hangs out quite a ways. What if I took a piece of this and maybe welded some support out to here? I thought that maybe would be a good idea. So I might do that. I was just looking at that here. Also, this piece does have a little bit of warpage to it, but sitting here cooling down, it looks like it's pretty straight now. I don't really see a whole lot wrong with it. Looks like I maybe need to go through, straighten out a few pieces here, there. It needs a little help, but it's actually looking, if you ask me, everyone, a lot better than it was before. So anyway, back at it here. I think I'm going to get this flipped back up here, back on the skid. This thing has gotten a lot heavier, by the way, now that we got all this extra steel on top. Wow, it is a lot heavier. It's a lot harder to move that around. It was already heavy, but now it's a lot heavier. And then I'm going to get this back in here. Maybe I probably should clean it out there first a minute. Clean out where I want to weld. And then, yeah, we'll get some support pieces welded across the front there. Like I said, I think that'll be a good idea. The back, I don't think that'll be necessary. It only hangs out, what, 2 inches maybe? Whereas, yeah, that front here is probably what a good, that's probably almost 8 inches, I bet that hangs out. So, yeah, wouldn't mind having that a little more structurally sound. Plus, I want to mount some lights under there. So, that'll definitely be a good idea. Okay, everyone got some supports welded across there. I was considering maybe welding a whole piece across here yet, and I can do that later if we think it's necessary, but I think we're going to call that good for now. I realized what I should have probably done is I should have had these the other way around so I could have welded a straight piece across there, but like I said, I think that'll be good for now. So anyway, we'll get this hauled out. I think we're ready to start sandblasting again here, unfortunately. Love sandblasting, can't wait to do more. Also grind that as well. I'll start with the grinding on that. That way, like sandblast will be the last job I do. And actually, you know what, sandblast, I might sandblast some of that up there too, come to think of it. So, but I think I'm going to get this pulled out of the way. We're going to get that pulled out, and I'll start grinding that. That shouldn't take too long. It's just that little bit there, and then the same thing on the other side, plus all the way along where the rivet holes, where I got those all welded shut as well, front, back, and both sides. Looking at this too, I was thinking I'm probably going to cut these off when I don't see a reason to have those on there. That's what held the old Blowimatron unit sitting right back there. And can't think of a reason to keep that on unless I put this Blowimatron thingamajigger back in. But initially, everyone, I was thinking about doing so, and then this kind of goes through the filter opening there. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to keep it, everyone. I think I'm just going to get rid of it. Still thinking I'm probably going to leave this here, everyone, and maybe get like a filter across there of some sorts. But there won't be any like pulling up air through it. It'll just be like a filter. At least that's what I'm thinking, everyone. I'm not sure yet. Because this thing I don't think pulls external air. I think it's just all inside air is what it pulls through it. So I kind of thought it might be actually a good idea to have some external air capabilities. So anyway, let me get this stuff dragged out, everyone, and yeah, we'll start grinding. well, everyone, I think that's going to do it for this video here for now. I got quite a bit more blasting done on this here. To the point I'm actually out of the black blasting material again. I've got just a little bit of sand left yet, and I've got some of the coarser pool sand. As I mentioned, that coarser pool sand works really good on removing the paint, at least if I can get it to feed properly. That's the biggest problem I'm having with that blaster I'm using now, is it doesn't feed really good. If you get that thing to feed good, everyone, and you got to have just the right amount. And unfortunately, if you just stick the suction tube down in the pail, it just tends to suck and plug up and it doesn't do anything. So you almost have to, and hopefully you'll see that in high-speed video, I'm kind of like holding on to the suction tube a lot of the times there to hold it up so it doesn't suck itself down and plug up. And like I said, if you get it sucking just the right amount of material, and that thing will blast like a 1-inch, 1-inch circle diameter is pretty much as fast as you can move that wand. It'll rip that material off there. It works really, really good. Just you got to have the right amount of material. So yeah, oh well, it is what it is, I guess. I'm going to see if I can borrow a co-worker's sandblaster. That might make this process a lot better. We'll see once here. Probably should have done that right away, but oh well. Let's see what else do we got here. I think that's going to do it for this video. I didn't get to this at all. That'll maybe be next video. Like I said, I'd like to kind of sandblast that up there, and we'll throw some paint on that. I think we're pretty much done with this. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot I'm going to do to it here yet. I'm not sure. I do want to weld some supports on here yet, like I mentioned already. Some supports, so when we set this cab on, it'll rest on those supports, which will rest on the top of here. So that'll probably be next video there as well. I was actually, thinking about painting this. I'm like, I could probably paint the inside, but then I realized, you know what? I kind of have to wait to paint the inside here until I want to weld those supports on first. So then maybe we'll see what's about painting the inside. And I mentioned I might pressure wash or sandblast the outside here, because if this flash rusts, yeah, not that big of a deal. I can clean that off fairly easy. I just didn't want to flash rust the inside here. It's a lot harder to clean that off. So, and everyone, thanks for watching. Comments or questions, be sure to throw them down below. And cheers. Who wants to sandblast?